How we doing today, everybody? I hope the audio levels are good. I kind of messed with them a little bit. I feel like, and I would assume they're not gonna be like terrible. I'll move the mic a little bit closer as well. That might not be a bad idea. What is going on? How we doing today, guys? What's going on, Diggity Jax? What's going on, Workload Gambler? Jax again. Krell, King Doctor, Puss, Possenreiser, and Krell again. What's going on, guys? How we doing? We doing okay? Um, right away, we got a question. Workload Gambler says, "You played T8 yet? Paul would be a good pick for you." T8. Maybe I know what that is, and I'm just drawing a blank, but I'm not 100% sure what T8 is. So probably not. Probably not, right? Um, what's going on? What's going on, Housebomb? What's going on, Winters? What's going on, the Black Fire? Happening news? What's going on, everybody? So today, I figured we would do something, right? So Ainsley Harriott. Have we heard of Ainsley Harriott? I would assume we have, right? Or maybe we have, maybe we haven't. He is like, in my opinion, he's kind of like the Bob Ross of cooking. Okay, and they definitely do this on purpose. Like watching him cook is very relaxing. He's this. In fact, you know what I'll do. You know what I'll do real quick. Ainsley Harriott. He's the spicy meat guy, right? He's the spicy meat guy. You'll know him that way. Sorry, one sec. I'm just rearranging some stuff. He is this guy right here, right? There it is. There it is. All right. Ainsley Denzil Dubriel Harriott. Geez. Born February 28th, 1957, is an English chef and television presenter. He is known for his BBC cooking game shows, Can't Cook, Won't Cook, and Ready Steady Cook. Yeah, I've never seen that, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't watch English television, but he became a meme. I want to say like a little over 10 years ago, even longer than that. I feel like, and every now and again, right? I go back to this one video, that he has, and unfortunately, I can't show it because it would get copyright claimed. So, if you just look up Ainsley Harriott on YouTube, you will see one of the first videos that pops up is this video. He makes this pineapple sandwich, this like grilled pineapple sandwich. It's got like a French toast quality to it, and every few years I go back to it. Yes, he's the big black cook. The big black cook is what he is. That's what we'll call him from now on. Is the BBC, the big black cook. Every few years I go back to that video and I'm just like, man, like I really want to try this. And today we're gonna try it. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find exactly everything that he ended up. I couldn't find everything that he used in it, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to approximate the recipe as best we can. It's not like it's a complicated recipe or anything like that. It's just, it's just a pineapple sandwich. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to mess around with that a little bit. In addition to that, we also have some others that we are going to do as well. Okay, we have some other stuff that we're going to do as well. All right. We got a grilled cheese recipe. To even call it a recipe, I feel like saying a grilled cheese recipe like that kind of makes it sound like it's a little bit more interesting than it is. Really, I'm just slapping a bunch of cheeses together, right? But I'm trying to make something that I used to make years ago when I used to work at a deli. I used to slice like one slice of a bunch of different kinds of cheeses, and I'd get salami with it as well. Unfortunately, I don't have salami today, but we're going to be doing that. I have peanut butter and jelly, as well as fluff. All right, we're going to be making fried triple decker. All right, and then in addition to that, we are also going to be trying to make a s'mores sandwich. And I'm sure somebody's done this before, but basically, I thought, hey, I have all this fluff. I might as well see what would happen if I threw some chocolate bars on that and threw it in threw it Threw it in this thing right here. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But for now, we're just we're just chilling. We're just chilling right now. We will get to it soon. But yeah, so there's that. Happening News says, remember to slap that like button. Yes, I would really appreciate it if you guys would, if you'd slap that like button. All right, slap the shit out of that thing. All right, slap the shit out of it. Yeah. So thank you, Happening News, for saying that. Hope everybody's had it. Excuse me. I hope everybody had a good week. It's my second week back to work, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I've basically adjusted, but I also I forgot how brain melting going to work is. Right? I forgot how brain melting going to work is, specifically when the job that you're doing is like insanely stupid. You know, I have a job that is insanely stupid. So even though I've basically adjusted to it, I'm still kind of sitting here like, whoa, throughout the week, right? So pardon me if I'm a little like, right now, right? I don't mean it. I didn't mean it. Just going to read a couple of these. Joshua Tomeo says, Coach, his pineapple sandwich with rum and pineapple is my favorite episode, too. Yeah, you see, I never got to see any episodes of his shows or anything like that because, like I said, I don't watch English TV. I'm proud to be an American, damn it. But when he became a meme, I was like, hey, what's this all about? I'm curious. Like, this Ainsley Harriott guy, I wonder what his deal is, right? And I looked him up, and I found that thing, right? I found that thing, and fucking what's it called? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Damn it! Like I said, my brain's kind of fucking melted right now. If I'm just being honest with you, I apologize for that, but fucking, I saw it and I was like, yo, that looks good. I'm gonna try that one day, and I never got around to trying it. At least not up until now, right? Grilled cheeses are fucking goated. Yeah, they are. But in my opinion, I don't think we do them the right way in America, right? Or it's not necessarily we don't do them the right way in America. I don't know if grilled cheese is really a big thing anywhere, right? But one thing, right? Brazilians, right? My wife's right there. I wasn't sure if she would hear Brazilians and then her ears would cock up, but she's got her headphones in, so I can say whatever the fuck I want about that bitch. I can say whatever I want about that bitch. She has no clue. That bitch. No, but Brazilians, they love the hell out of mozzarella cheese. They only eat mozzarella cheese. In America, we eat American cheese, which is basically just government cheese, right? Government cheese was like it's not actually cheese. It's just like a weird fucking thing that they make out of like milk. It's like so processed that it legally is not considered to be cheese, I guess. But American cheese is basically just the cheese that they used to give out on food stamps. Back when welfare was a big thing and stuff like that. So, it's like, yeah, no, that shit's gross. I'm not a big fan of it. So what I like to do when I make a grilled cheese is I like to get multiple of like actual real kinds of cheese and slap it together, It's real easy when you work at a deli like I used to. You just slice like at the end of your shift, you just slice like one or two slices of like 10 different cheeses and you make the best fucking grilled cheese that you've ever had. In addition to that, you can throw like garlic on it and stuff like that. Oh, baby. Do you know if we have garlic powder?
Pretty sure we have.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you think you could maybe get that for me? Only because I'd started and I don't want to have to run out there and like, thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Also, could you get me the eggs too? Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't think about this stuff when I was trying to slap everything together. I love you. She has no idea. She is none the wiser. She has no clue. But thoughts on Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese? See, here's the thing, right? I saw that, and I was actually sitting with the wife when I saw it, and I looked, and I was like, or I looked, obviously I was watching, right? I didn't just look, I was watching, and like it kind of dawned on me, Gordon Ramsay cannot make anything regular because nobody wants to see Gordon Ramsay make a regular ass grilled cheese. Even if it's like a nice ass, like tastes really good, looks really good grilled cheese that is just as simple as, okay, I'm going to take um I'm going to take like some of the best mozzarella you can find and slap it on some of the best bread you can find, and then I'm gonna fry it to perfection. Even if it's something like that, it's like it's too fucking boring, you know? Nobody wants to. People want to see excellence, even when it is decadent, right? Even when it's bloated and unnecessary, right? I guarantee you, Gordon Ramsay comes home drunk. He isn't making that kind of grilled cheese, right? He's making a fucking. He's making like he reaches into his fridge and he just grabs like some shit that's like probably close to expired, and he just throws it together and he eats it. And yeah, maybe he throws a little razzle dazzle on there because he has an understanding of food that is like above and beyond, right? He probably makes it taste a little bit better, but overall there's really nothing that special about it. But when the cameras are on him, he's not going to be dumb enough to be like, yes, so I can't even do a Gordon Ramsay. I won't even try. Here's a grilled cheese, bread, cheese, bread, slap it down, fry it up. He's not going to be dumb enough to do that because he knows what people want to see, right? He's being a showman. I want to see Gordon Ramsay's 3 a.m. drunk, like 3 a.m. drunk grilled cheese. That's what I want to see, right? And not because I think it's like gonna be more real or anything like that. I just want to see if my hypothesis is correct, right? Garlic is amazing, especially if it's fresh, dude. I cannot get. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I cannot. Oh fuck. You know what else I forgot? I forgot a fork and something to beat these eggs in. Yeah.
Gotta be big.
Huh?
Gotta be big.
Doesn't have to be huge. Doesn't have to be huge. Now I'm starting to feel like an asshole. Basically, we went to the store, we got this shit, and we got home with like 10 minutes to spare. That's why this was at 9:10 and not 9. Is because like I got home at like 8:50 and I was like, fuck, I gotta set everything up, dude. You know? And sure enough, I forgot a bunch of stuff. I actually need more stuff than what she's getting me right now, but I feel so bad that if it comes down to it, I might just have to run out there. Either that or I'm just going to have to try and make do one way or another. But there's that. What's going on, Sam? Beat the eggs with your hands. That's a good idea. Over 10 years of Muay Thai and I'm using a fork to beat the eggs? What the hell is wrong with me? I should just fucking drop some elbows on it, you know? Thank you, baby. I'm sorry. Nothing. I love you.
I love you.
I was just telling the chat how much I love you
Sure.
a little bit earlier when you had your headphones in.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah? All right. Let me know when you get to the part, okay? Joe Buttslasher says, "Hell yeah, making women do the legwork." Exactly, dude. Exactly. They're empowered. You're an empowered woman, right, baby? You're a feminist, right, baby?
No.
Oh yeah, no?
No.
No? Really? That's how old-fashioned of you.
Huh?
Women, I said how old-fashioned of you. Women can do anything, baby. Didn't you hear?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you hear? It's 2024. Women can do anything.
Yes, we can.
Women can do whatever they want all the time, no matter what. Crack the eggs in your mouth and swish it around to mix it. That's a good idea. We are gonna see Scott get stabbed. Would you stab me, baby?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get started in a minute. I'm just reading these chats, and then maybe there's like one or two things we could talk about. You know what's in the news today? What's in the news? But we will get started in a minute. Octomom says, "Love this. I talk to my wife the same way. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be mean to your wife. It's fun to be mean to your bitch wife. To your bitch ass what to the love of your life.
Huh?
It's fun to be nice to the love of your life.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
You guys can hear her, right?
Oh my God! I had my earbuds.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No, it's because the new microphone and shit like that. Fucking it only picks up sound from one side. So like they're probably like if they can hear you, it's very like very yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Just have her destroy that copy of Ace Combat fair game, dude. I would go insane if that happened because like I've had that shit for a long ass time. It was given to me by my nana, you know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a good idea. All right, but yeah, is she allowed to go outside? How often do you take her on walks? I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's cracking up at that right now. And for your information, no. I have a walker come. I have a walker come. All right, that's what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead. We aren't gonna get like started, but. There we go. Oh, nice. Good. I was like, wait a second. Did she get the garlic powder? I was like, I don't know. So, she sounds like a good wife. She's all right. She's okay, I guess. She's all right.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's okay. Anyway, so here's the cheese I got. I got mozzarella. All right. I got Gouda. Whenever I hear Gouda, I think of Danny Phantom because they have this Wisconsinite, right? They have this ghost that is a Wisconsinite, and what was I gonna say? There's like a line in there where he's like, try the Gouda, and it's just like that stuck with me for some reason. There's Munster cheese, all right. This shit is mad good on steak. I love putting Munster cheese on steak. Sometimes I get a steak and I go to the deli and I get like a thick ass piece of Munster cheese. I'm talking like a half-inch thick piece of Munster cheese. And what I'll do is I used to do this when I had a grill, right? I was living in my parents' house and they had a grill, so I used to grill mad steaks on that shit. I'd grill the steak, and then once the steak was close to done, I'd slap the cheese on top of it. And the thing about Munster is that it gets soft, but it doesn't really melt. Like it's a very stringy, very stringy is like a doesn't sound appetizing, but it's gooey, right? It's gooey, but it's not. It doesn't like melt like certain other cheeses and things like that, like mozzarella or American cheese or anything like that. So you'll sit there and you'll cut into it and you'll take it and there'll just be a big ass string, like the way in pizza commercials that they make pizza look, right? Pizza, that's always something that kills me inside. The way they make pizza look in commercials where they lift the slice up and there's cheese, right? I know that's like big business. There's like money in food modeling and things like that, right? I know what that is, but the fact that doesn't happen at all with pizza most of the time, it kills me. But it happens with Munster cheese, and I love the hell out of that. And then, last but not least, we got provolone. All right, you can only see that one for a second. All right, I can't show you too much of the secret sauce. This is a secret ingredient. Okay. So, and then of course we got white bread as well. The white bread. Pizza based. Where's the frickin' gabagool, dude? I shoulda got salami. I'm kind of mad at myself for not getting salami, but like I said, we were cutting it really close. So I was like, shit, fuck, like let's just get out of here, you know. Where's the mozzarella? That was the first one I showed, dude. Yes, we're sponsored by Tillamook. Tillamook and Sargento is what we're sponsored by. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start making this shit. All right? Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We are about to get underway here. So, this is, I mean, it's not like any of these are necessarily like complicated, right? But this is probably the least complicated. It's just slap it all together. And I'm doing it in a certain order because like why would I want to make a grilled cheese after I had like the pineapple or like the s'more one? That would be like insane, you know. That'd be fucking crazy, dude. PvP Chad, Big Us Sifu Scott, thank you, sir. Right back at you, Us. And things are already going sideways. I ripped from this way, it didn't open all the way. I ripped from that way, it didn't open all the way, dude. Stream ruined. I'm out of here. Peace out, guys. Oh man, now the bag's really fucked up, like for real fucked up. That's annoying as hell. Whatever though. Whatever, kid. Oh man. So what's been in the news lately, dude? Like, I don't want to sit here and talk like I don't want to speak ill of the dead, and I don't want to speak in like in a passe way about the dead, but like I don't know what the deal with that Too Mad dude is. I know apparently he died of an overdose, but like he just kind of seemed to come up from out of nowhere for me, you know? I feel like last year everybody was shitting all over him, and now he's dead, and now there's people who, like, some people are coming out the cut with, like, oh, he was mean to me, and then other people are, like, you know, they're doing what I think is mostly the right thing and being like, oh, hey, like, you know, why don't you let the fucking body get warm first before you start shitting all over the guy, you know? Maybe give him a day or two. Give him a fucking day or two, you know? It's just like such a weird thing, you know? The internet's a weird place, and I know I'm like, you know, I'm like totally like the first guy to ever make that observation, right? I'm totally the first guy to ever notice anything like that, right? Obviously. But it's just this is one of those situations where it really like, you know, it really you know, it really shows. It really shows, you know? The way people are, like, dogpiling onto it and stuff like that, it's just weird, you know? Like Justaminx was involved in it, right? I'm trying not to talk about her too much anymore, though I'm not opposed to having a little bit of fun. Not opposed to having a little bit of fun every now and again, you know, dicking around, right? Doing a little trolling. We do a little trolling, right? You know, I see her jumping onto it. I see, like, some other dude jumping onto it. I think his name was, like, James Ski or some shit like that. Fucking, the dude's basically named after a Damiel, bit, you know, where he puts ski on the end of everything, you know? It's just like, why do people gotta be like that, man? You know? Why can't people just be, like, cool about shit? And I know, like, it's every dickhead 23-year-old stoner, like, piece of shit from your hometown says the same thing. It's like, man, like, why can't we all, dude, like, why can't we just be chill, man? Why not, bro? Why can't we just be chill? But really, why can't we just be chill about shit? You know? Why's everybody got to be fucked up about things? I'll never understand it, and I've never understood it, you know. And I was kind of talking about my wife a little bit earlier. I was talking about my wife a little bit earlier. No, I was talking a little bit about it with my wife, not like this specifically, but something from last like week, basically. Like, I've always felt a little bit different from other people because, like, or it's not that I've always felt different, right? I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to be like, I'm not like those other girls, right? But I've never really liked people. I'm not a fan of people overall because, like, there's just so much unnecessary bullshit and, like, weird shit that I see people pull constantly, you know? And again, like, I've talked about it a little bit more as time has gone on, specifically over the last, like, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but like that's why I'm kind of the way that I am regarding talking to people and things like that, is because I'm used to people being shitty, you know? And in addition to that, like even if I don't think they're shitty, I tend to just think like, oh, they're probably not interested in me anyway. So I'm very quiet, and I don't do a lot of talking to and with people and stuff like that. It's one of those weird. It's just I don't understand it. I never will understand it, and frankly, I don't want to understand people in that way. You know, I feel that I'm in this world, but not of this world, and I think there's a lot of people like me out there, right? Uh-oh. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a dickhead right now. Maybe I need to like shut up or something like that. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm sounding like an asshole. But regardless, you know, just let the guy be dead. Like you don't just let the dude be dead. That's all, man. Too much drama, not enough dharma. Exactly. Scott doesn't sleep. He just Scott doesn't sleep. He just dreams. That's a good one, JC Pliskin. Why can't we be friends? Exactly. Just got done. Myoga the Flea says, just got done sparring. Feel a little bit sad about how shitty I did. Oh well, happy to be here with you, coach. You don't ever need to feel sad about your sparring, dude. You know, you're going to have on days, off days. Sometimes you're going to spar with a dude that's just better than you. That's just the way that it is, you know. Depending on where I go, depending on the people I'm in a room with, I get my shit handed to me, right? You know, in addition to that, I don't really try in sparring that much, right? Like this is kind of one thing about sparring that it's why I avoid sparring nowadays. And when I say sparring, I mean like anything that is like legit, like you know, putting fist to face, right? I try to avoid that to the best of my ability. I go very, very light, and I always have gone very, very light. That's the way they do it in Thailand for the most part. And there's a lot of UFC guys. We're talking high-level dudes that they don't go very hard if and when they do move around or anything like that. Hard sparring is necessary every now and again, every once in a great while. Don't get me wrong. However, you got to do it the right way, right? You got to do it the right way. Now, what I was originally going to say is one thing about sparring that really annoys the hell out of me, and I'm not saying that because the guy was better than me, right? I'm not saying that. There has been plenty of times where I've gotten my ass beat simply because the dude is better than me and there's nothing I could have done about it, right? But I've noticed that there's a lot of guys out there that they do very well in sparring simply because they're trying to win the sparring match, right? And me personally, I'm not trying to win a sparring match. I'm trying to move around. I'm trying to you know, get loose. I'm trying to test new things. I'm trying to sharpen other things. But you have these dudes who they just have this, like, I got to win the round. I got to win the round. I got to win the round kind of attitude and outlook and things like that. I'm going to get to that super chat in a second. Thank you. Thank you, Repulsive Gravity. But they have this, like, I have to win the round kind of outlook and attitude about things. And because of that, like, they get the best of me in sparring. But if we really fought, I don't know if it would be the same outcome, right? Is basically what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of guys out there, right, who they look really good in the gym, but then they end up in the fight. They end up in like the actual fight, and they're just not that good, right? I know so many guys, and I wouldn't mention names or anything like that, right? I wouldn't ever mention names, but I've seen some dudes who in the gym they're absolute fucking studs. And then they get into the fight and they don't look nearly as good. And it's because of two things. One, there is that added pressure when there is an actual fight that's going on. But two, in addition to that, fucking the other guy is trying just as hard as the dude, right? You have guy one and guy two. When guy one is in the gym, he looks really good because all of the dudes he's sparring with are not taking it that serious. But then when guy one finally faces off against guy two in the actual fight, he looks a little bit sloppier. He doesn't look quite as quick. Guy number two isn't allowing him to get away with as much as he would in the gym, right? If they were sparring and things like that. I hope I'm making sense right now. I know I probably am, but I can tell that I'm not explaining it in the way that I would have preferred to. I was letting this butter soften up a little bit. I'm gonna throw it on, but thank you, Repulsive Gravity, for the 1999, man. Thank you. I understand. I hate people who don't like Munster cheese. Yeah, dude. If you don't like Munster cheese, I don't like you. Thank you again, though. Thank you again for the 1999, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna slap some of this pure Irish butter. Oh, it's fucking unsalted. Ah, man, we got the wrong type. Oh well, it's all good. Fucking. Actually, it's not that it's the wrong type. It's just that salted butter tends to be better than unsalted butter. But it's whatever. It's whatever, bro. Oh man. It's not soft enough. It's not soft enough, so it's just globbed up right here. It's just kind of globbed up right here. Oh well. Country boys make do. Havarti cheese is god tier. I don't mind Havarti. Havarti's pretty good. It's nice and creamy. That is one thing to enjoy about it. There we go. All right. This piece of bread is jacked up. This piece of bread is so fucked up. Look at this. You can see there's a hole in it, right? You can see me through it basically, right? Hello guys. Hello guys. Fuck. Move the PS2 game before it gets buttered up in the splash zone. Nah, it'll be alright. I'm sure it'll be fine. Gouda is probably my favorite. Gouda is also pretty good. I really like smoked Gouda. Uh-oh, my dog's about to be a bitch. Oh, no, he opened the door himself this time. Cool. Or I thought he did anyway. I thought he did. But, alright. Oh, yeah. So, I feel slow today. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So I apologize if I'm being like, if I'm not my usual self. I'm definitely slow today. It is what it is. So I just threw the fucking garlic on there. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get this thing going. Leave the butter on the counter. What do you mean, leave it on the counter? Oh, I see what you're saying. Leave the butter on the counter. Don't put it in the fridge. Yeah. No. It's because I just got this. It's because I just got this from the store, right? I just got it from the store, and that's why, Wait, is that white bread, you pansy? Yeah, it's white bread, dude. Fucking. It's Aryan bread is what it is. I eat Aryan bread. Have you ever played any of the Tekken video games, Scott? Oh, is that somebody mentioned T8? Somebody mentioned T8. Is that what T8 was? Tekken 8? I have. I used to have Tekken 2 for the PS1 when I was younger, and I played the hell out of that game. It was a fun game, but other than that, when it comes to fighting games, I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy, I used to know a lot about the lore and stuff like that. I used to love the hell out of Mortal Kombat, and unfortunately, like most things today, oops. As I was saying, like most things today, they cucked, right? We gotta say fuck it on this one. Like most things, they cucked, right? It is what it is. But I used to love the hell out of Mortal Kombat when I was younger, It's one of those games, it's like core memory type games. And it maybe I'll play it on stream one day. What kind of dog, Scott? It's a Lhasa Apso, right? It's technically not mine, it's my sister-in-law's. I live with my sister-in-law. And I love the hell out of the dog, but he's a little bitch. You know, he's a little fucking pussy. And he was not trained very well, if I'm being honest with you. But it's not even that he wasn't trained very well. Actually, it's more that the breed, right? Because Lhasa Apsos are like really, they're persnickety, right? They were made as guard dogs, but not like junkyard dogs, they were allowed to walk around palaces and things like that, and they were very loud and very aggressive dogs. So if anybody was trespassing, you'd know because they'd be barking and fucking growling and all this other shit. That's what, Chihuahuas were guard dogs as well, and Chihuahuas were guard dogs as well as, to my understanding, hunting dogs, and they were guard dogs because they were very loud and aggressive breeds. So again, if you were in the enemy camp and one of their chihuahuas saw you, it might not be taking you down like that, but it's going to bark loud and it's going to alert the people who could potentially take you down. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Oh, you know what else I just realized? I don't even have a fucking spatula, dude. Damn. I'm fucking up in the game today, guys. I'm fucked up in like 5 different ways. What you gonna do? Man. Alright, whatever. Whatever, bro. Dude, I cannot get this done right. I don't even care at this point. I just gotta say fuck it, and we gotta go. We gotta fucking go, boys. Alright? We ain't got time to fuck around here. Alright? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is terrible. This is fucking terrible, dude. Oh shit. I'm usually like good too. Like I never have these problems, but now I go and I decide I'm gonna cook in front of you guys, and that's where all the problems arise. So oops, whoopsie. I never knew the Chihuahua lore. Yeah, I didn't either. You know, it didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense to me years ago when I first heard that about Chihuahuas. But when the Lhasa Apso lore was explained to me, all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. And Chihuahuas, like I guess the deal with them when it comes to the hunting aspect of them, I guess the deal with them was that they would specifically deal with like rodents and things like that, right? That's just what I heard, right? I could be wrong about that one, but there's that. Eduardo Alonso says, "How do you get introduced to martial arts?" Are you asking me how I got introduced to martial arts, or are you asking how to get into martial arts? If you're asking how to get into martial arts, it's very simple. Just go to a gym, sign up, and attend class. It's literally that simple. It's not complicated at all. It's very straightforward. It's one of the few very straightforward things in this world, you know. Everything else, you got to jump through hoops, and you know, they say it's from A to B, but really it's from A, and then you're headed to B, but then bang, you get hit with a D-core or some shit like that, right? It's ridiculous, you know. It's annoying, but fighting is one of those things where you show up, you put in the work, and you're good to go. You're fine. You're A-okay, right? That's just the way that it is. Oh boy. The sandwich is going to be well done. Put the butter in the microwave for 20 seconds, makes it easier to spread. Better yet, I could We'll just do that. We'll just call it there. Chihuahuas were also raised for meat and used as bed warmers. That's pretty crazy. That's like guinea pigs. Guinea pigs were utilized for food in the Andes Mountains before they became pets, and you can still find guinea pig meat in some places. Like, I went to a store that was for like South Americans and Caribbeans, you know, people like that, and fucking they had guinea pig meat there. And mind you, at this time I have 2 guinea pigs sitting at home as pets. I used to have guinea pigs. For those of you that do not know, it's been about a year since I had to put the last one down. A little bit over a year, if I remember correctly. I forget if it was 2022 or 2023 that I had to put them down. I think it might have been. Baby, did we put Buzz down last year or the year before?
The year before?
Yeah, I guess 2022. I guess it doesn't matter like that. I'm just saying. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that should be good now. Yeah. See that? See this bad Larry? All right, let's get that back on the plate. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna let that cool off. All right. I ain't about to, I ain't about to dig into it right away. I'm also cutting it in half because I'm gonna give half of it to my wife so she can tell me how she feels about it. She can tell me how good of a cook I am. I think Taylor from PKA had a dude at his school slaughter a guinea pig from a pet store to make a dish. That would be fucking insane, and it wouldn't surprise me, because if you're a guinea pig eater, if you're a fucking guinea pig eater, where's the easiest place to get a guinea pig? The thing is, the guinea pigs at the store typically are not going to be very good for cooking. The guinea pigs that they were eating in the Andes Mountains were specifically designed to be fat. They were specifically they were designed. They were designed in a lab. They were designed by engineers to be fat for eating purposes, right? For food purposes. The ones that we think of as pets, I mean, don't get me wrong, they get fat, right? You can even get ones that they get that fucking big. It's crazy, right? But they're typically not going to be that good for food, right? You need some tomato soup. Tomato soup would be pretty nice. Joe Buttslasher, I want to try guinea pigs or a horse. I think horse meat might be illegal in not Massachusetts, but the United States. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal, Sam today said he wanted to have Taylor or Kyle on their podcast, and I doubt it would be Kyle. Why wouldn't it be Kyle? I could see both of them going on, I was expecting Jimmy John's. What, Jimmy John's sandwiches or something like that? Spike Protein says it doesn't taste that bad, to be honest. You talking about guinea pig? That's pretty crazy. Okay, I just ate a sandwich. I'm good now, says Sean D. Sarcasm. All right, bud, you can go. You ate your sandwich. You can get out of here now. Don't worry. Yo, how's it going, Scott? What's going on, Nito? How you doing, man? I'm waiting for my thing to cool down. Yeah, this is. I won't say it's burnt, but it's definitely well done, right? Because the thing is, I think it's just the outside that's gonna be crispy. I think like you can kind of see, right? You can kind of see the bread right here. You can kind of sort of see that it's still on the fluffy side on the inside. I feel like. I think it's just there wasn't enough butter on the bread, so because of that, the outside got a little bit charred. But bottoms up. Bro. Oh, man. Would you look at that shit, dude? God dang. Oh man, it's pretty good though. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a soda real quick. I'm gonna grab a soda. I'll be right back. I'll just go with that. Oh man. Spike Protein says, yes, guinea pig, and I say Kyle wouldn't go just due to how reclusive he is and the fact that Sam and Chris already met Taylor at a shooting thing. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they went to that thing in Texas. Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool to meet Taylor IRL. Well, is fucking crazy, dude. Cherry Coke. You can eat feral horse meat in the U.S. Do we have feral horses? Wait, when you say feral, do you mean like live? Do we have live horses? Well, live, I mean wild. Jeez, wild. Of course we have live horses. That'd be crazy if we only had dead horses laying around. But, you know, fuck, I said it again. Wild horses. Horse meat is fucking disgusting. I haven't tried it, but I've seen it prepared, and the smell is awful. Yeah, I feel like anything. I feel like anything is not going to smell good once it's dead, right? I'm not. I'm sure. I'm sure horse meat probably has a specific, you know, maybe pungent odor, right? Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just I feel like it wouldn't surprise me, and I feel like it wouldn't necessarily put me off completely. I'd be like, okay, that smells awful, but as long as it doesn't smell that way when it's cooked, you know? I'll try anything once, you know? Because you never know. You might like something. Like chicken hearts. Chicken hearts are good. You know, I would recommend chicken hearts to people. You got to marinate them, though. You need to marinate the chicken hearts. You can't, like... Every time my wife and I get chicken hearts, we just fry them in a pan, which is like a perfectly fine way to cook them. But, you know, we get them and then we fry them the same day. What we should be doing is we should be marinating them in whatever and then cooking them on a fucking open fire or something like that. That would be the best way to do it. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, out west there are wild horses on an island in North Carolina, but they're protected. I wonder how wild horses would react to a human. Would they like... I don't know, would they be like, hostile? Would they be hostile? That'd be pretty crazy. I have a Brazilian grill and that shit is fire. Yeah, they call it like a churrasqueira or something like that. And it's really good, you know. It is really good. I don't know where my wife went. I'm saving this other half for her. If she doesn't want it, I'm going to eat it. Wild horses are generally scared of humans. They are prey animals. That makes sense. I guess that makes sense. Wild as in not sprayed or with fly sprays and dewormers and shit. Well, nah. I mean, if they're wild, I would assume that means they're like, you know, they're fending for themselves and things like that. I wonder what the habits of a wild horse would be. Like what the mating habits are. Are they tournament mating? Do wild horses do tournament mating? It's just like I've never thought about that before. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not so fascinated by it. I'm gonna like go to North Carolina and pull a Jane Goodall with horses or anything. But it's just something. It's mildly interesting. It's mildly interesting. Wild horses can easily kill a man, but they're prey animals, so flight is usually the first option. Jeez. Oh, yeah, I mean, tame horses, domesticated horses could easily kill a man. Vosh probably knows all about that. Dude, you know Vosh. You know Vosh knows all about that, dude. She's got about, like, because I can make her another one if it comes down to it, but she's got about, like, 45 seconds to a minute before I munch on the second half of this, thing with this stuff. Sandwich talk casually leads to horse reproduction. Classic. Yes, sir. That's the natural way things go. Vosh's Loop Cooch 34. You know, would not surprise me one bit. Would not surprise me to figure that out. All right, well, I gave her a chance. Hung Dingus 69 says, "Oh man, I made some awesome cheesesteak sandwiches last night with some Wagyu beef blend. It was gooder than hell." That does sound mad good. That does sound mad good. You know, like Wagyu beef, like Wagyu shaved steak? Or are you talking like you cut up a Wagyu steak? Either way, you know. Wagyu is really good. I really enjoy it, you know. One thing I've been doing is I've been looking at Steak Tube. There's like a quadrant of YouTube that is dedicated to steak. They do a lot of shorts and stuff like that about like, oh, I cooked this A5 Wagyu on this kind of skillet. Let's see what's better, this skillet or that skillet with the A5 Wagyu, right? There's little trends in that community and things like that too. And it really shows you that cooking is both an art and a science, and it can be more of either depending on the situation. Like with Gordon Ramsay, I think he makes it into an art, right? And the reason I say that is because how often do you hear Gordon Ramsay talking about, 375 for 5 minutes, and then you're going to flip it, and then you're going to put it in for another 5 minutes, and then you're going to take it out, and you're going to put it on the skillet for 30 seconds each side, and then you're going to when you put it on the skillet for 30 seconds each side, that's how you're going to get that golden crust. Like, you don't really hear him talking about that. The way he does things, there is a certain whimsy to it, right? Even though he's not personally like a whimsical guy necessarily or anything like that, but there is a certain whimsy, I feel like, to Gordon Ramsay's cooking. Even if he knows exactly what he's going for, he doesn't need to sit here and be like, 30 seconds each side, right? But Steak Tube, when I look at these shorts that I'm talking about on YouTube, there's always some shit that's like, like reverse sear, right? Like, they talk about reverse searing a lot with Steak Tube. You know, reverse sear is the only proper way to cook a steak. I've never tried it before. I'll be honest with you. I just throw it in the pan, and I make some pretty damn good steaks. I'm not saying they're the greatest. I just think they're nice. They're not bad, right? But like with Steak Tube, that's how it is. It's all numbers. It's all equations basically and things like that. And I'm not saying it's bad. Like, like if you cook a really, really good steak that way, then hey, by all means, go ahead and cook it, like cook the shit out of that thing. But for me, cooking is something that, like, and everybody who doesn't know how to cook says this, right? I'm not saying that I know how to cook, but like, to me, cooking is fun when I'm like, oh, hey, I have this ramen, right? I'm making ramen noodles. Why don't I throw in this spice just to see what happens, right? That's when cooking is fun. That's when cooking is more of an art, in my opinion, right? And you can kind of like get an idea of how you like to make certain things that way, as opposed to just listening to a recipe from some other guy who, again, he basically makes it into math equations and measurements and things like that, right? It's just a funny thing to think about. I almost went to school for cooking. But I decided against it because I realized that as much as I do enjoy cooking things, when I am a chef and I have to be an automaton, right? When I'm a chef and I have to be this weird automaton kind of guy who, like, again, I'm just following a book or I'm following a math equation or something like that. And then I can't even try what I made. I have to, like, watch it walk out the door. It's like, nah, I'm probably not going to enjoy that. You know? Dodged a bullet there, says Sean D. Sarcasm. All right, I'm going to scarf down the rest of this. We'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll get started on the next one. Hell, man, any steak is a good steak. I cooked at a steakhouse for years, and it takes the fun out. It's way better just doing it how you want to do. Exactly. Like me, I hate overcooked steak, and to me, overcooked steak is anything more than like live. You know, I love. If I could eat it raw, I'm not gonna hop on the bandwagon of the like, oh, eat raw beef shit. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want worms. All right, I don't want whatever weird shit eating raw beef is gonna end up giving me, right? But I like it damn near close to raw when it comes down to it. You know, so when I overcook a steak by mistake, I'm just like, fuck, you know? And again, overcooked is like medium well to me, right? Anything more than like medium rare is like, oh, it's ruined. I fucking hate this. I need to dive off a cliff now, you know? And it's just like, fuck. Scott likes his steaks a couple chest compressions from being revived. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sean D. Sarcasm says, this is a clever stream idea, not gonna lie. Thank you, man. You see, I wanna have fun things. I wanna have good ideas and things to do, right? I could have tonight just sat here and been like, hey, it's a chill stream. For all intents and purposes, this is a chill stream, but also we might as well fuck around and do something at the same time, right? And that's what we're doing now, right? If you guys have any ideas, feel free to throw them my way. And if I think it's something that's going to be worth trying, I'll go ahead and I'll try it, you know? The cooking stream comes from, you know, this is like my third, I think, cooking stream. I got the idea because there was a bunch of like prison food recipes that you could find on the internet. You know, for like prison pad thai, right? Basically ramen noodles with a bunch of shit that you could get from a prison commissary. Prison brownies and things like that. I tried to make prison brownies, but I fucked it up. But I made something that, in my opinion, is even better than the prison brownies. You make them out of Oreos and stuff like that. Excuse me. Fucking, like, I got the idea for the cooking streams from seeing those things, and I was like, what if I made these on stream and decided to, like, test them out, right? I think people might enjoy that. And that's what this is. I remembered the Ainsley Harriott thing, and I was like, oh, dude, I should totally, like, you know, I should totally do this on stream. I feel like people will enjoy it. JC Pliskin says, I mentioned this a few months ago and you seem to like it, but you could cook beef patties and onions and carrots wrapped in foil over a fire. I did that in Boy Scouts a few times. I could do that and I should. The only issue is I'm in my room right now. Fucking, I'd have to wait till it's acceptable to be out at 10 p.m. without a coat on and light a fire, you know? I could try something like that though. Do a hunting elk stream, that'd be cool. Then do cooking streams after. I'm gonna do a hunting stream, right? I'm gonna do a hunting stream, except I'm gonna try chasing down an elk to fist fight it. I'm gonna try and fist fight an elk. Does that sound like a good idea? You would you guys watch that if I was to fist fight an elk? Oh man. Did you eat MREs on stream before? No, I did not, but that is something I was considering, and I would do that. MREs are pretty good, you know? Contrary to what military guys will tell you, I actually do think MREs are pretty good. I think the issue is these guys eat tons and tons of MREs, right, when they're on deployments and things like that, so they get sick as hell of them. In addition to that, I think some of them are really just, like, kind of dog shit, you know? Like, the veggie omelet, I hear horror stories about that one. I've never tried the veggie omelet. Because the buddy of mine who introduced me to MREs, who was an Army Ranger, he was, he was very adamant about never wanting to get a veggie omelet. Oh man, but yeah, I love MREs. You know, Steve 1989 off MRE Info, fucking, he was, I watched the shit out of his stuff, and a lot of people did. He got millions of views on his shit, but I watched the shit out of his stuff years ago. It was so nice, you know. Let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Fucking. He was just a fun dude to watch. He made it fun. All right, so. I'm wondering which one I should make next. I'm wondering which one I'm going to make next. Spike Protein says, bro loves his cigarettes. That he does. Right? Dude, I would love to try those old cigarettes. Like, back when I smoked cigarettes, that was one thing that I liked to do, is, like, you know, it was almost like a hobby to me, which is such an awful thing, right? It's such an awful thing to be like, hey, smoking cigarettes is my hobby, right? It's so stupid of me to be this way. I was so dumb. But I used to enjoy trying different types of cigarettes and things like that. And I would have loved to try Chesterfields. Right? I don't even know if you can get those anymore. I also would have loved to try Lucky Strikes. And they had fucking Lucky Strikes in Fish Tank Season 2. And I'm just sitting here and I was like, fuck, these are the ones that got away, right? Because me, like, I don't really have, what do I not have? I don't have, like, cigarette cravings or anything like that. But, like, every now and again, I see someone smoking in a movie or something like that, and I'm like, oh man, you know what would be nice if I had a cigarette, right? That's the closest thing to a craving that I get now that I've been off nicotine for well over a year at this point. And like, but like seeing those Lucky Strikes, I was like, dude, what if I just smoked one just to see, just so I could say that I experienced a Lucky Strike. These were the all-American cigarettes for a long-ass time before Marlboro kind of came and it took the top spot from them. One sec. Sorry, I'm doing a poll to see which one I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna run it for like less than 5 minutes, you know. Okay, so I got three. All right, I got three you can choose from: pineapple sandwich, a la Ainsley Harriet, s'more sandwich, and peanut butter and jelly with fluff. All right, in that classic triple decker, All right. Everyone has zinned except for Christ our Savior. What are zins? I really don't know what zins are. Right. Jester says, I'm addicted to Zins really bad. I'm not vaping, but goddamn, this is hard to kick. I don't get what Zins are. Are they pouches? Are they like snus? Right? Cause like what I know about Zins, I feel like they're pouches, right? We used to, you know, cause here's my nicotine story. Here's my tobacco story, right? The tobacco lore. The first tobacco I ever had was dip, right? In high school, we kind of got big on dip because I was a baseball player, so was my brother and a lot of our friends. But even then, like, hicks became a thing. There was this weird trend where like being a hick became a thing in like 2010, I feel like. And as a result, people started dipping pretty heavily back then. And as a result, the first tobacco that I ever tried. Oh no, actually, that's a lie. The first tobacco I ever tried was a double diamond. Was one of those fucking like cigars, the filtered cigars, right? That look like cigarettes, right? And that was that was terrible. That was terrible indeed. But the first one that I really tried that I actually enjoyed was dip, right? We used to dip. We used to get Skull Cherry, right? Skull Cherry. I still have the first tin of Skull Cherry somebody gave me, right? This dude that I used to go to school with. He gave me a tin of Skull Cherry that he had already taken a pinch out of. He took a pinch out of it. And, yeah. Other than that, like, they also had pouches of snus, which, like, that seems like what Zyn is, you know? You could either dip, like, regular fucking just dip, or you had snus for if you were, like, a pussy, you know? And I feel like that's what Zyn is. And I'm not calling you guys pussies. I'm just saying, like, that's what I envision when I think of Zyn. I want to try Zyn, but I really don't want to get hooked on another addiction. Yeah, you don't need to be hooked on anything. They are pouches, just nicotine, no tobacco. Yeah, so snus, I'm pretty sure has tobacco. So yeah, there's that. I mean, if you were trying to quit dip, that would be a better alternative. Or if you were trying to quit nicotine in general, that would be a better alternative. But one thing I will say is that if you go cold turkey the right way, right? All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna end this because it seems like we have a winner here. The s'mores sandwich. All right, we're gonna do a s'mores sandwich next. Okay, and we'll do that in a second. But here's like the thing about quitting nicotine, and I actually have a video about this coming out in the near future. Quitting nicotine is not as tough as you might think it is. You just have to kind of take it seriously. And this is just my opinion. And this is what I did, right? I took some time off work in order to quit vaping because I didn't want to quit vaping and then have to go to work, right? You need 3 days to basically detox from nicotine. And then everything after that is all just mental, right? It's all mental. The first day, I tried to vlog this basically. I tried to have like not mental, but I tried to vlog the experience and I just completely failed at it. But the first day, I got jitters and I actually felt an increase in energy, but it's because I was jittery, right? And the first day, I actually went to go speak to a group of high schoolers. And I bombed partially because I was fucking jittery, dude. I was jittery and I was fucked up from the lack of nicotine, so I was a little fucked. But two, there was also some stupid shit that went down like right when I started. Like there was a big interruption, but I was jittery, high energy, but not necessarily in a good way. Then around the end of the day, I got a bit of a headache. It wasn't a big headache. It was a minute headache, right? The next day, the jitters had kind of gone away, but I still had the headache and I felt a little bit sluggish. I'm not going to lie. The third day, kind of the same thing, except I didn't really feel sluggish. I just kind of felt like the headache a little bit more. Or not a little bit more, but for a little bit longer is what I meant to say. And like halfway through the second day, I noticed that it felt like my lung capacity increased. It felt like I wasn't being hindered by inhaling water vapor that had nicotine inside of it, right? And then after that, I was all good. Like the fourth day, no headache, no cravings, no nothing. I was all good, and I haven't looked back since, right? Now, quitting vaping is not necessarily going to be like quitting cigarettes or quitting dip. Like, I'm sure it probably would be a little bit more intense. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case, but just take it serious. Don't just be like, dude, this is fucking cigs, kid. I'll fucking quit and I'll just fucking do whatever, bro. No, because I tried that like 3 or 4 times with cigarettes, and it just did not work. I had to wean myself off of cigarettes by buying a vape, only vaping during the day, and then smoking a cigarette or two at like 12 or 1 a.m., right? Like midnight, 1 a.m. And then eventually I just stopped smoking the midnight cigarette and I just switched to vaping. And I vaped for almost as long as I smoked cigarettes, like 3, 4 years. And then, I quit last year, a little bit over a year ago. Like, I tried multiple times to quit and just be like, it's whatever, dude. I ain't gonna buy another pack. No, I always bought another pack. It always happened. It always fucking happened. I always found an excuse. I always found myself getting up to go to the store for literally no reason, trying to pretend like I needed a candy bar that bad. And then when I'm at the store, yeah, let me get a pack of Newport Red Hundreds, right? Fucking. I always found myself doing that, and I genuinely believe it's because I wasn't taking it serious in the way that I should have. My advice for anyone who is trying to quit nicotine, and again, I'm going to talk about this more in the video that I'm going to be doing on this. I already recorded it. I just have to edit it down. But my advice would be to decide you're going to quit on a Friday, right? Have your last cigarette like before you go to bed on Thursday night, or your last whatever Thursday night. You have the last one. You go to bed. And take Friday off. Take Friday off from work so you have a 3-day weekend. Either that or quit on a Saturday and take Monday off from work, right? Make sure you have 3 consecutive days off and don't do shit. Don't go anywhere. Don't do stuff, right? Try and sleep as much as you can as well, because that's what I did. Partially because of the headache. I wanted to try and sleep the headache off. But what I found is if I'm not awake, I don't want to vape. So it kind of works out, right? Also, try to avoid things that you would typically associate with smoking cigarettes or vaping or whatever, if you're going to do any of those things, make sure if you feel like you're going to have to like take a hit of your vape or stop for a cigarette, you stop doing that activity and you move on to something that you wouldn't typically associate with smoking or vaping or dipping or whatever, right? Like I said, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in the video itself, but it is what it is. What brand did you smoke? I started off with the first pack I ever bought was Camel Crush. Then I smoked like Marb Blacks. I was a sicko. I was a sick fuck. I was a sick fucking puppy, dude. Yeah, Marb Blacks, right? I liked bold shit. I like the shit that like burns the back of your throat. What's it called? Yeah, Marb Blacks. Then also I do like Southern Cuts as well as Blend 27. I smoked Amspear Yellows as well as Amspear Blacks, American Spirits Yellow and Blacks. For a little while. I'm trying to remember what else. But basically, by the end, I was smoking Newport Red Hundreds because they were on the cheaper side, but they also weren't like Checkers or Pall Mall, If I was gonna... If I was so drunk that I was like dumb enough to smoke a cigarette, I still wouldn't smoke a Pall Mall. If I was like you're gonna see me Fish Tank season 3. They call me up, they bring me back. I'm sitting there, I'm shitted, right? They're like, hey, last season when you chilled with the fish, it was really cool. We're going to have you chill with the fish a little bit more now. Here's a bunch of beer. Go up there, have a good time. I'm just like, dude, I need a fucking cigarette, kid. Dude, give me a, dude, you got a fucking square, dude? Can I bum a fucking square off you, kid? I'm sitting there like that. And if one of the fish offers me a Pall Mall, I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna pick the chair that I've been like slumped over in, like I'm leaning, like I'm on that fucking lean, right? I'm gonna pick that shit up and I'm gonna throw it at him, right? I would never smoke Pall Malls. I smoked them a couple of times because, like I said, when I was smoking cigs, I was kind of like a connoisseur of them, right? I just like to try different brands for the sake of it, right? Because I'm quirky like that. I'm quirky, haha. And obviously I tried Pall Malls. I tried L&Ms. I think L&Ms are better than Pall Malls. Checkers though, Checkers are bottom of the barrel. Like I would not. I'd rather quit cigarettes than buy Checkers, right? Pall Mall is gross, but I only tried the blue pack. Yeah, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. Native spirits are the ones I could never. Native cigarettes are the ones I could never smoke. Are you talking about the American spirits? What's going on, Neon? Salam. How you doing, man? Fucking what's it called? Southern Cuts in 27 were my favorites back in the day. Yeah, dude, I used to love the hell out of Southern Cuts. I have you see, here's the thing with cigarettes too, right? Cigarettes, certain brands I have fond memories of because of certain things. Like Halloween. You grow up, Halloween isn't as big of a deal anymore, right? Me, I'm not a parties guy either, so it's not like I was going to Halloween parties and things like that. You know, I'm a recluse myself. Like one of the things that I did to make Halloween special was I made sure I had a fresh pack of whatever I was smoking, specifically Newport Red Hundreds. Whenever Halloween would come around, it would always be a fresh pack, right? There was one party that I did go to. It was like May of 2014. I don't think it was a special occasion. I just think, a buddy of ours had a party. And Southern Cuts, I because of that, like, even though I don't smoke anymore, I'm not interested in smoking anymore. And I hope I'm not making you guys want to smoke, right? Talking about cigs, I probably am. Like, I'm not interested in it, but also I'm just like, dude, like, man, to be able to go back to that day and smoke one more Southern Cut, the 21st Southern Cut, right? Because there's 20 cigs in a pack, right? Smoke the whole pack during the party. Oh man, it's gone. Oh, one more pops out the pack, right? Like in this little fantasy, right? If I could just smoke the 21st Southern Cut, it'd be like, damn, But naturally, I don't actually condone cigarette smoking. You should not do that, and it's never a good thing. Obviously, I don't miss smoking cigarettes. I miss the time that I spent with people doing certain things where I would smoke a cigarette, right? That's kind of the way that it is with things like weed. I don't miss weed, but I miss the times where I was hanging out with my buddies and we had a really good time and we smoked some weed, right? If that makes sense. A certain somebody is in the chat right now. Certain people in the chat will know exactly who I'm talking about when I say this. I don't miss the girl. I don't miss the big titty goth chick, right? I miss the times. I miss the time, right? My wife is looking at me like, I said I don't miss her, baby. What do you want? Guys, I miss the big titty goth chick. Don't tell my wife. Right? No, but I don't miss her though, right? I miss the time of my life, right? And I think I said this last time, right? I talked about nostalgia last time. I kind of want to do a video essay about nostalgia because over the last year or two, certain things have occurred in my life, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like Fish Tank and all the things that I've been involved with concerning like Sam and all the other e-celebs that Sam has been able to like introduce me to and stuff like that. It's extremely exciting. I am very grateful for it, and like I will never be able to repay the dude for what he has done for me, right? Like, thank you so much, Sam and Jet and everybody. But outside of that, my life is very mundane. It's not that exciting. And because of that, and I alluded to this last week, Sometimes I feel like the best days of my life or the most exciting days of my life are behind me in a certain way. Um, and because of that, I've been doing a lot of turning around and looking back at the past for, you know, with the best times of my life and things like that, right? One of them being 2018. That was a very good year of my life, and that's where the big titty goth chick comes from, you know. Like it's not a meme. She was a big titty goth chick. If you check my Patreon, there's a picture of her up there. It doesn't show her face or anything like that, but it shows like basically from the neck down because I wanted to show you like, yo, this is like, and it's not a nude. It's not a nude or anything like that. Okay, she is fully clothed, but I just wanted to show you like I'm not bullshitting. You know, this this person I'm talking about is a real person, right? But all right, so we got the butter back on. All right, kind of. It's fucked up, dude. I've just accepted. I've just accepted I came a little bit underprepared. All right, the butter is a lot softer, but you can tell it's still a little bit, right? I've just accepted that I've come unprepared. All right, we're just gonna go ahead, right? Uh, Neon, you redacted a message there. What did you say? Well, if it's something that really should not be said, don't say it. But you're saying, nah, she was nuts. Yeah, she was nuts. She's still fucking nuts, I guarantee you. Right? You know, you get to an age where you don't change. That's just the way. You just kind of are who you are for the rest of your life. And, for women, that tends to happen a little bit earlier than men. I'm not the first person to acknowledge this. A lot of you guys are here from Sam Hyde. He said this years ago, right? So that girl she's in for it. Life is long. People say life is short. By what standard? By what fucking metric, dude? 10 years of having to drudge through something is a long time. Let alone when you're an unmarried 30-something-year-old who probably will never actually find somebody to settle down with. And the life expectancy in America is in the 70s and 80s range. And people regularly surpass the shit out of that all the time. And I don't even want to talk like mad shit about this girl either. It's just like the truth of the matter. And it's actually like, it's a sad thing. And I genuinely would hope that I'm incorrect, right? I hope that I'm incorrect. Like the truth, right? I really, really. Neon says they are behind you. Probably. They probably are, to tell you the truth. Now, all right, so we're doing a s'mores sandwich. All right, we got the fluff. We got the marshmallow fluff. This is a New England classic right here. Can you even get this outside of New England? Like genuinely. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. Like, peanut butter and fluff is a New England thing, right? You don't see it that much here anymore, but you used to see it all the time, I guess. It is really good. It's just peanut butter and marshmallow, basically. It's mad good. Uh-oh. I think we might be having some problems with the stream, guys. I apologize if we are. I just noticed something. Non9001 says, dude, my dad made me peanut butter fluff with butter sandwiches all the time growing up. I'm in Vermont. Classic. Oh, yeah, they are really good, They are really good. I don't know how I'm going to make this work because the bread is very delicate. Very delicate bread here. Peanut butter and banana. Oh, yeah, peanut butter and banana is good. I'm still considering it. I'm not 100% sure. I might not have time, or I might be too full by this time. But I'm thinking about doing the Elvis, fried peanut butter and banana. I'm thinking about doing something like that. We will see, though. For now, let's get this fucking fluff. Juicy K fixed But nah, you are fucking wild if you eat that and promote wellness. Who the fuck said I promote wellness, dude? When did I ever say I promote wellness? Dude, fucking, I'm constantly eating fucking shit, dude. I'm constantly eating shit, bro. Are you kidding me? Fucking, I don't promote wellness. I promote knowing how to fight. Those are two different things. Fat fucks know how to fight, dude. Fucking, you don't need to be skinny as shit to know how to fight. All right? And I am no exception. All right. So, this is probably about to fail miserably. I am probably, oh shit. Oh fuck, I forgot that was on. I forgot I turned that on. Whoopsies. You see how red that is? I'm sitting here, it's going tss. All right. Well, let's go for it. This is going to be, I can tell, as soon as I slapped that thing down on there, I knew it was going to be a bad idea. Have you heard of the Fool's Gold Loaf? No, I have not. What is that? Nah, dude, Joe, if you like, look, Joe, if you like marshmallows, you'll like fluff, because it's literally made out of marshmallows. Like, it's actually, what's the, the ingredients. Corn syrup. Don't mind that one. Don't mind that one. All right, don't mind that one. All right, forget about that one. Sugar, egg white, artificial flavor, contains egg. It's very simple. Very simple. Very simple indeed. All right. I want to make sure I don't burn this. I want to make sure I don't burn the shit out of this one. Didn't Elvis put a gross ingredient combo on there though, like mayo or bacon or something? Oh yeah, actually it was bacon, which, to tell you the truth, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, throwing bacon on there. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm just saying, I'm just saying there's worse things you could put on there. Now, if it's mayonnaise, if it really is fucking mayonnaise, that sucks, dude. That sucks ass, but whatever. Juicy. Oh, you're my sensei. I tell my soccer coach he's gay every day because of you. Oh yeah, that's good. Tell him he should play a real sport. Tell him he should play a real sport. You should learn how to fight. Nah, but like, look, I know it looks like, especially the lighting, right? I know it looks like crazy, and again, it's because of the lighting. Hold on, let me. All right. I'm trying to shut off this fucking light, dude, but I got too much shit. I can't get to it, right? That looks even worse. That looks even fucking worse, dude. Holy shit. All right, here. Whatever. I'm not, look, if you're not sold on this already, I'm not going to be able to sell you on it, so. Whatever, bro. I don't even give a shit. Judge me all you want. This shit's fucking good. No, fuck you guys. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually doing basically what I expected it to do. I'll show you guys in a minute. Corn syrup, Scott Soy Jack flashback. Oh boy. I've been wanting to make Fool's Gold Loaf, but I know there is no way I could finish it. It's Elvis's famous sandwich. A pound of bacon, a pound of grape, or whatever, and a pound of peanut butter. Oh, okay. In a hollowed out French bread loaf. That does sound interesting. I think I might try that. Oh man. Marshmallow fluff, too base for YouTube. Yes, sir. Saying corn syrup triggered it, dude. The McDonald's The McDonald's internet is going out next door. We need that Target Wi-Fi pass. Oh man, is the stream fucking up right now? Damn, the stream's fucking up, huh? Son of a bitch. There's nothing that tells me it's fucking up too. Like, I don't know if you guys can even hear me right now. I don't know what the deal is, but like there's nothing different. There's nothing that's telling me it's fucked up other than you guys saying, "Oh, hey, the stream is fucked." That's it. There's no indicator. There's nothing that says it's reconnecting. There's nothing that says it's disconnected in any way. And that's the frustrating thing about this, is that it's not showing like it's not showing anything. It's showing everything's good. But whatever, dude. Anyway. All right, let's see about this. No. We still got a bit to go. We still got quite a bit to go. In fact, you know what? Turn it up just a little bit. That's Ainsley's fluff. Yeah, you know what? We're probably gonna end up doing the Ainsley Harriet sandwich next. How do you eat it? Hung dingus. Do you slice it? I don't know. I mean, if it's French bread, like if it's hollowed out French bread, I feel like you don't slice it. I feel like you probably just eat it like it would be like a pita wrap that you threw some like stuff in or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but we'll see. I had fluff a few times, but it's like, what the fuck? Why would you put that on bread with some other shit? It seems like it's something that is meant to be eaten by itself. I mean, try it with peanut butter. Try it with peanut butter, and I do think you will like it a lot, you know? Are you watching the UFC tomorrow? Who's on tomorrow? Who's fighting tomorrow? I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, whether or not I'm watching the UFC, it really comes down to who is fighting, you know? Like, I could probably do watch-along streams and not make anything, but, like, you know, they'd probably do decently well. And maybe I should do that every now and again, maybe for big cards and things like that. But to tell you the truth, when it comes down to it, I'm just not interested in watching most of the cards. Like, it's just the truth, you know? I know Mackenzie Dern is fighting tomorrow. I don't know who else is fighting tomorrow. It's not UFC 300, right? Is it UFC 300 tomorrow? I forget. If it's 300, no, it's not 300 because they never you know, they never announced a main event for UFC 300. So, you know, there's no, you know, it couldn't be UFC 300. All I know is Mackenzie Dern is fighting tomorrow, you know, and of course everybody always knows when Mackenzie Dern is fighting because she's the closest thing to an attractive woman in the UFC right now. That's at least one thing about BKFC. Like, the talent is not that great in the women's divisions, but at least they have women that can be like kind of attractive at times and things like that, right? Because, like, honestly, like, the UFC, the women's divisions are not that good, if we're just being honest here. Like, women's MMA is not that good. You have a few women who, like, they're here while the rest of the talent is here, right? And the mid-tier talent in the women's division is, like, basically an amateur fight. It's pretty insane, you know? And this is supposed to be the highest promotion in the sport. Oh, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this bad Larry off of there. Oh, man. You know, Mackenzie Dern isn't even that good. She's like a jiu-jitsu champ or something like that, but her stand-up is trash, and she's only really known and liked because she's the closest thing to a hot woman in the UFC, and if we're just being honest here. She's kind of a fucking weirdo, too. You know? Like, I don't know how much... Ooh, damn, that is really good. I don't know how much you guys know about Mackenzie Dern, but, like, she used to talk with this fake Brazilian accent. She was born in, like, She was born in like Arizona, but her dad was her dad's Brazilian, you know, and because she's like a white girl from the valley type chick, and that's her out. That's her out. That's her way. She can be like, oh, actually, like I'm not white, right? Because that's her out. That's the out that she has. Um, she literally started like changing her accent. Like imagine if I was just like, yeah, you know, I'm really into my Irish culture. You know, fucking. It's something that's very important to me, you know, my heritage, and I really enjoy learning about it, and I want to know as much as I can about it. And then the next day, I stream, and I start like, "Hello, guys, how are you doing today? I'm doing all right myself. Excuse me, myself. You know, I'm just gonna be making some sandwiches right now. Like, if I started doing that, you guys, you'd think it was a joke at first, and then 30 minutes in, you'd be like, all right, dude, you can stop doing the voice. We get it. We get it, bro. We get it. You can stop doing the voice. It was funny for a minute, but like, imagine if you did that and I didn't stop. That's literally what Mackenzie Dern did. And the funny thing is, to my understanding, she went back. She went from like, you know, hey, my name's Mackenzie. Oh my gosh, I'm like so happy to be here. Like, yeah, I like jujitsu too. Hello, my name is Mackenzie, and I do jujitsu, and now she's back to, oh my gosh, like, hey everybody, like that's the crazy thing is that she just kind of fucking like went back, you know. It's like I don't know what's crazier, the fact that she did it in the first place, or the fact that she went back and never addressed it or anything like that. That's wild, dude. That's fucking wild, you know. Yeah, no, this one isn't burned to high hell. You're right. I'm gonna give it another second or two before I eat it. I want to make sure that you know, it kind of thickens up a little bit because the chocolate specifically is gonna be very runny, and I don't want to bite and then it all goes out the back of the sandwich. Um, that's so crazy though that she was able to like get away with that, right? Because that's the type of shit. I mean, on one hand, she is really Brazilian. Not that Brazilian is an ethnicity necessarily, or maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you know, she's descended from a Brazilian, so it's like, okay, I guess that kind of, you know, I guess I could see why she didn't get called out for that weird cultural appropriation bullshit, right? But on the other hand, it's like, did nobody go to her and be like, "Yo, Mackenzie, dude, you were born in fucking Scottsdale. Why are you talking like that, dude? Knock it off, bro." Like, I would hope you guys had that talk with me because clearly there's something up. Clearly something's fucking wrong, right? If I'm seriously sitting here like, ah, yes, we got the marshmallow fluff. We got the fluff. It's some of the best shit you've ever seen. I'm washing it down with a nice Coca-Cola, right? Like if I was talking like that, I hope you guys would be like, "Yo, Scott, you gotta chill, dude. You gotta chill." Um, Pawson Reiser says, "Come to Brazil." I will go to Brazil eventually. You know, the thing is, like, America is ghetto enough. It's like, why would I go to Brazil just to get robbed when I could get robbed in, you know, like Dorchester, right, baby? Hmm. It's not bad. It's got marshmallow fluff on it, baby. But did you want to try a bite anyway? She's like, nah.
Nah, no marshmallow for me.
I tried to give you. I tried to give you a bite of the grilled cheese that I made, and you didn't come in. I sent you a text.
You didn't leave it?
Huh?
You didn't leave for me?
No.
I asked you.
No, you didn't.
I did. I answered your text.
Oh well, you should have fucking came in here. I can make you another one.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, This really does kind of taste like a s'more. I will say that much, right? It tastes like a s'more if instead of graham cracker you had bread, right? It's good. It's good. I'd do this again. Mackenzie, what's going on, big girl? Exactly. Someone would have to have that conversation with her, dude. I'm about to try kiwi for the first time. How do you eat it, dude? I don't even know. I've never tried. I've never had kiwi before. I think you're supposed to cut it in half and you're supposed to scoop it. I think. I don't know.
You can just feel it.
Hmm?
You can just feel it.
I guess you can just peel it. Thanks. Thanks, baby. Thanks.
Just saying.
If Juicy says, if you caught me saying hella with a southern accent, I'd want you to kick my ass. Hell yeah, dude. Eat it whole, skin and all. That's the way real men eat their shit. Oh, Whitaker versus Costa. Ooh, I don't know. Actually, I might have to watch that one then. I like Paulo Costa. He's fun. He's fun to follow on Twitter. If you don't follow Paulo Costa on Twitter, you're missing out. For real. Whether you're into MMA or not, he's such a fun dude to follow. Truly a what was I gonna say? Truly a master of the shit post, you know? Dang, man, I just went and watched a video on Dern's accents. Very interesting. Yeah, it is really weird. I have my mommy cut the crust off for me. Baby, you need to cut the crust off.
Crust?
You need to cut the crust off.
What crust?
The sandwich.
Oh.
What do you call the crust on bread?
I don't know.
What dumb shit do you call the crust on bread?
Crust?
What fucking Gobrigao shit?
Crust.
Just
Just crust.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
You guys steal everything from America, don't you?
No, we did not.
Yeah, you did. It's okay, baby. I don't blame you. Oh, wait. Did you guys know that in Brazil they don't teach about Wilbur and Orville Wright? They don't think they were the first ones to fly. In Brazil, they don't think Wilbur and Orville Wright were the first ones to fly. They think it was a Brazilian. What was his name?
Santos Dumont.
Santos Dumont. That sounds fucking made up, baby. I'm sorry, but that does kind of sound made up. Now that I'm thinking about that, it's like what?
No.
Santos. His name is Santos Dumont.
Yes, it is.
That sounds like fucking Santa's like twin brother, his underachiever twin brother. It's like Fredo for Santa Claus.
Yeah, it was.
But like, what's the lore behind that though?
That he built the first airplane.
In what year?
I have no idea. I will have to check Google.
All right, go ahead and check Google because I want to know.
Oh my god. Let me see.
Baby, you know what? Somebody in chat just said. Kites don't count.
Oh yeah.
Santos Dumont.
No, so he was the first person to fly.
He was the first person to die.
To fly an airplane that used gasoline. That's what Google says.
So fucking.
In 1906. That's it. So he didn't make the airplane. He flying the first airplane that used gasoline.
That's like if I was to break the sound barrier, right? But I was to do so in a plane that was red, It's like you had Buzz Aldrin. He broke the sound barrier for the first time in a jet, right? Then you have Scott Sullivan. He's the first person to break the sound barrier in a red jet. Like that's what that sounds like to me. I forget. Let's run the numbers here. I don't even know where I put my phone.
No, you have more information here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What propaganda? What Brazilian propaganda? Huh?
It's no propaganda.
You guys can hear her, right? I hope not.
Oh my god.
Hold on. I'm gonna Google the real guys.
Yeah. No. The real no.
The real.
Yeah, 1901.
Oh yeah? Who?
He pilot his airship number 6 around the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
In
In 1901, the first airborne robbery occurred when Brazilian Santos Dumont
Oh baby.
robbed a foreigner at knife point.
No.
Hold up. I'm gonna. Jokes aside, though, like. All right, so I'm trying to I'm trying to like I got their shit. First off, we're gonna do what you always do whenever you look at someone's Wikipedia. You're gonna hit the early life section. Wilbur and Orville Wright were two of 7 children born to Milton Wright, a clergyman of English and Dutch ancestry. Okay. Now, with that said,
Oh, I see.
oh, you see? What do you see?
I Google Santos Dumont and the Wright brothers. I don't know how you say that. And they're saying that nobody knows.
Oh yeah, that's what I'd say too,
Nobody know who was.
baby. That's exactly what I'd say too. If I just said some shit and someone was like, "Actually, no, that's not true," I'd be like, well, I mean, does anyone really know?
Oh, sure. Okay.
No, does anyone really know for real? No. Does anyone really know? Hold on. 1 second, baby. In 1900, interesting. That's 2 full years before Santa Claus decided to make his first flight. The brothers went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, to begin their manned gliding experiments. Interesting, baby. Looks like U.S. number 1 again.
Okay.
United States number 1.
Sure.
Yeah. If Brazil's so good, why are you here?
I don't know, baby.
Oh yeah, you don't know?
I don't know.
I'm gonna talk so much shit, she's gonna get, like, actually mad. Alright. I think it's time for the Ainsley Harriet one. Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of this real quick. I'll read a couple of these as we go. Oops, board of keys sticking. What? Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get this bad Larry together. Wikipedia, yes, Joe Buttslasher says, baby. Wikipedia is 100% correct. There are never any lies there.
No, never.
Exactly.
Yes, never.
All right. Lieutenant Mugambi invented the helicopter in Congo or something. I don't know. Is that true? I couldn't tell you.
No idea.
Oh man. You guys ever hear a general butt naked? I hope so. Nah, honestly, General Butt Naked was fucking crazy. They called him General Butt Naked because he used to fight naked in the Liberian Civil War. And also, before he would go into battle, he also would kill a child and drink its blood. drink his blood. It was always a young boy, to my understanding. It's pretty fucking disgusting, huh? All right, we're gonna go ahead. It's a little bit more prep work that goes into this one, but don't you worry, we're well on our way. We are well on our way, ladies and gentlemen. See, because this one, it's more of like a French toast sort of setup, right? When it comes down to it. So, we got, I don't know if you can see inside. Yeah, eggs and milk. You can kind of see a little bit. I gotta beat it. I'm sure it's actually some dead cosmonauts. What are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about the first whatever it's called, the first flight? Was he Chatloic? Huh? Ketchup was originally made from mushrooms, was it? So I'm not even gonna fucking like worry about that, you know. I'm just gonna take your word for it, and I'm gonna start telling people that. You know, that's one thing that I can't stand about people is they take their facts too seriously, right? They take their facts extremely seriously. They don't play about their Reddit facts, and that's annoying as hell to me because you have people who like either A, they really want you to believe something, right? Got something else on the other side. There we go. Either A, they really want you to believe something. You know, they really want you to believe it. They really want you to be interested in it, and they want you to think that they're an interesting person. Or B, there's something that you heard that you think is true, and you happen to say something, and they get like really upset about the fact that you said it because it's apparently not true. Like, I think it's really weird the way that people are about that type of shit too. You know, I can't stand people that are like, "Oh, dude, that's fucking bullshit, bro." They get like genuinely offended at you like repeating a factoid or something like that is not it's not like a big thing. It's not a big deal. It's not like anyone lost out on money or like you know, somebody got hurt by you parroting this thing. You know, they're just a fucking like dickhead, you know? All right, I think 4 is all right. I got the pineapple right here, you know. So what I have to do is I have to crush this fucking pineapple up to the best of my ability, which I mean, I have a knife, so I guess it's going to work pretty dang well. I would hope so. I would assume. All right. Don't worry, it's coming. I gotta cut with the grain here. Pineapple is so good. When it comes to fruit, I always forget how much I like fruit until I force myself to have one. You know, I don't like apples. Never been a fan of apples. I'll say that much. But I do love the hell out of pineapples. I don't mind strawberries. Bananas are actually good, but bananas are the big ones where I'm like, yo, that looks disgusting to me. I can't, you know, picture myself eating it. And then I have a banana, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot. I actually like these things. Whoops. Oopsies. I forgot. What's going on, availability? Jax904 says, damn, stream frozen. I don't know, man. It's like I said, there's nothing that tells me the stream is not doing well. You guys are the only ones that tell me, hey, like, the stream's fucked up. So, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it is on YouTube's end. Like, genuinely, maybe it is on YouTube's end. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, you know. I don't want to sit here and point blame at things that I can't fix, right? Because that'd be a really easy thing to do, is just ignore why my streams have been fucking up lately, right? And be like, oh, it's not my fault, right? It'd be real easy. But, like, I keep trying a bunch of different things, and it either stays the same or it gets worse. And then, you know, as I said, like, there's no indicator of what it could be, or that there even is a problem when the problem does end up, you know, that does end up, like, all fucked up. Have you ever seen the Zambian Space Agency? No, I could only imagine how crazy that is. 4chan made it funny as fuck like 6 years ago, but anyone who stuck around is dangerous. What are you talking about regarding 4chan? I'm confused. 4chan made what funny, Juicy? I'm curious about that, you know? I'm not too sure what you're referring to, so I want to know. I want to know, man. All right. Hopefully this shit is going to spread a little bit better now. Yeah, it's already spreading a little bit better. It's not great. It's not great, but you know. All right. See, this is the one that I really need to go well though, because like, you know, fucking you know, the pineapple is like, it's going to be wet and it's going to be like clumped in the middle. So I need bread that's not going to be like having holes in it and shit like that. Apples suck. Yeah, apples do suck. I don't know why people like apples so much. Oh, excuse me. Oh, uh-oh. Damn it. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. We're fucking up in the game, dude. It's YouTube's bitrate. They have high video quality. On Twitch, the video is just ass and it crashes all the time. Huh. So you think YouTube's bitrate, you think YouTube's video quality is a potential contributing factor to the issues with you know, my streams as well as certain other people's streams. Again, like I don't want to discount the fact that I'm a fucking rube who doesn't know anything about you know, technology and things like that. At the end of the day, you see, that's kind of what I'm talking about, but I think I can still get away with it. I don't want to discount that fact, you know, but also like I'm running out of ideas, right? Johnny Appleseed would have sold you on it, I'm sure, dude. Johnny Appleseed. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, there's so many like tall tales and things like that. Like, people say Americans don't have culture. Meanwhile, we have all these like myths and things like that. You know, Pecos Bill is another example. Paul Bunyan, right? Like, that's culture. That is culture. You know, the stories and you know, like the stories about not just like not just the stories. I mean, but like what the stories are about. You know. Apples are a big part of America, right? Obviously they have apples in like, you know, back east and things like that. Obviously, I'm sure, but you know what the apple became in American culture is it's more, right? Oh man. Yeah, your streams only lag out for like a small moment once or twice a stream, and it's every stream. That's a YouTube side thing. I bet larger streamers get priority bitrate type deal. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, I noticed my numbers dropped heavily a second ago. It probably started happening again, you know. We are going to get out of here on the sooner side, though. It has been a little bit over 2 hours. I'm probably going to finish this up, and then, you know, we'll do our thing. And then I'll head out, but it is really frustrating, you know. Fucking, you want to. It just creates a feedback loop because and again, like I don't want to not blame myself. I'm sure there is probably something I could do and I just haven't figured it out yet. But at the end of the day, you're trying to create something here, and you're not being allowed to do that in the way that you would normally be able to or want to or try to, because like your stream is getting fucked with in some way. And people don't want to watch shitty streams, obviously, right? If you can't even maintain your stream without shit being fucked up, it's like people are gonna get bored and they're not gonna want to deal with it, so they're gonna fuck off, and you're not. It's like trying to pile up dirt, right? It's like trying to pile up dirt. You know, you guys are dirt. You guys are dirt, right? No, but like jokes aside, it's like trying to pile up dirt, right? You're trying to stack that as high as you can. But imagine if there was just like somebody or something that whenever you got your pile to about like knee high, they just like kicked the fucking pile over and you had to start over again, right? It's like that's what it feels like dealing with YouTube a lot of the time, you know? All right, Claudius, what's going on, man? Do you like apple cider? Yeah, apple cider is good. I like apple juice. I like apple cider. Apple sauce is good, but apples themselves are not. I'm not a big fan, right? If I drown them in peanut butter, right? If I bury them in peanut butter, I'll eat the hell out of them, right? And I mean, you got to cut them into wedges and things like that. But like overall, it's like, you know. Um, America is a third world country when it comes to the internet. Yes, that is what I've heard. There's a lot of countries out there that have much better internet than ours. I guess South Korea has the best internet in the world or something like that. It's like the fastest as well as the best connection. Um, I think what it is we were one of the first nations to really industrialize in a modern way, which means that 50 to 100 years later, we have to replace all the shit that is now outdated, which it's much easier to build something from scratch than it is to replace an outdated technology in many cases. And that's why situations like, South Korea, they're doing so good in that way. You want to see like some of the best civil engineering and shit like that. You're going to go to a country that 20 to 30 years ago or more, maybe like 40 to 50 years ago, they were riding around in fucking horse-drawn carriages if they were lucky, on dirt roads and shit like that, right? Because we got in on the ground floor, and in this case, getting in on the ground floor means we have all these buildings and all this infrastructure that cannot just be easily moved or messed with. Meanwhile, all these other people, they got to watch us make all the mistakes and then improve off of that shit, And like, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that like Dubai, right? Dubai is known for having like crazy architecture and shit like that. I'm not saying they don't have issues. I'm sure they have issues, and I'm sure that like given enough time, they'll have the same exact issue that we have in America. But that's why Dubai is doing so well in terms of like their architecture. That's why even China in some cases, their shit looks so cool. It's because they watched us do our shit. And even though it's not as cool as it looks, a lot of it is just fucking, it's like porn. It's smoke and mirrors and shit like that. They at least kind of understood what they were going for when they were trying to put together their Potemkin smoke and mirrors bullshit, right? They kind of knew like, oh, the Americans, they did this, so we're going to do that because that's better than this, right? That's just the way that it is. But so I have the pineapple on the bread. Now, Ainsley Harriott, the way he did it was he took allspice, no, not allspice, mixed spice, excuse me, and sugar, and he threw it on there. Now, I could not find mixed spice for the life of me at the store, so what I have instead is going to be cinnamon sugar. They still have no plumbing. Talking about who? Dubai or are you talking about Dubai or are you talking about China? Or South Korea? I don't know. Grill that pineapple up; it'll caramelize. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw the bread. I don't know if the pineapple itself is gonna caramelize, but I'm gonna throw the bread on there, and it's gonna be nice as hell. But what I have to do right now is wait a second. Did I do it the right way? Did I do it the right way? I was supposed to put it on the butter. Ah, yes, I did it the right way. Okay, that's perfect. See, what you're supposed to do is put it butter side down. You know, I wanted to make sure I put it butter side down. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try my best to kind of close it off in a real way. I don't know if that'll work, right? Excuse me. Dubai is famous for their shit trucks. Dubai, baby, did you know that Dubai is famous for their shit trucks?
No.
Yeah. I guess you guys got Dubai beat then. What? That's a fucking compliment, dude.
What did you say?
I said, I guess you guys got Dubai beat then. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck. Alright. Okay. The bread fucking broke, so I need another piece of bread now. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, dude, this is getting messy, bro. This is getting messy. Uh-oh. There's all these new videos that have come out showing massive failure Dubai has become. That's interesting. That is actually really interesting to think about. You know, fucking like a lot of these countries, right? Just the way that they are, the way that they do things is not good. You know, and they're more concerned with appearing good on the world stage. You know, they're more concerned with appearing like they're doing like better than they actually are, you know. That's just the way that it is, you know. Fucking the Middle East, like there's been a lot of propaganda about them, you know, both positive and negative, right? I'm not going to say that everything that's ever been said about the Middle East that is like a negative it has been completely fair, right? But when it comes down to it, like shit. Fuck. When it comes down to it, like you can't just, you know, you can't take anyone's word for it. You know, you gotta wait for the videos to come out and things like that. Fucking, I don't trust the Middle East. It's got nothing to do with like race, religion, or anything like that. I don't trust the Middle East because they're not me. They're not us. They don't care about us. You know, they care about their own shit, which is perfectly fine. Go ahead and care about your own shit, but you can't get mad at me for caring about my own shit, you know? There we go. All right, okay. All right. All right. There we go. Okay, hopefully, oh man, I can tell this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. Jeez, dude. Oh, fuck. I was supposed to butter that pan. Bro. Doesn't Dubai have controlled rains to stop sand from sinking? I don't know. Does it? Shit.
They do.
They do?
They do.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty crazy. Shit. Diabetes speed run. Yes, sir, Joe Butt Slasher. Oh, man. Baby, could you do me a huge favor?
Sure.
Could you get me a napkin?
Yeah.
Yes, see that shit? Dubai is like a 16-year-old played City Skylines and said, yeah, let's do this IRL. Their islands are abandoned indefinitely. Wait, what is Juicy saying? Oh, I'm a huge fan of Japanese culture, but it's crazy to me how popular cheating has become there. Like, everyone thinks it's normal there. Damn, that's pretty crazy. I just ate 1,000 calories of hummus. I mean, hey, hummus is good for you. Thank you, baby. Oh, boy. They killed off the entire sea where two islands did get finished. And it's like stagnant water. It's hilarious how bad it turned out. Yeah, like the West seems to be one of the few cultures. I'm not saying we're the only one. I'm sure you could find somewhere else that's like this, but the West seems to be one of the few cultures that actually gives a shit about like not having everything be fucked up. You know, we're the only ones that seem to give a shit about that, you know, and it gets used against us for like a bunch of dumb shit, you know, and it's just crazy. I don't want to get political here. That's the closest thing to political that I'm going to be. Damn, this is not going to work out. I already know this is not going to work out. All these crazy oil people ideas are insane and irrational. And yeah, that's what happens. You see, like the Saudis, right? The Saudis are, you know, they're only rich because of oil. They're not rich because of some kind of like, they're not rich because of some kind of inherent virtue within them. Like, it's not their industrial capabilities or anything like that. They aren't good with like, diplomacy on a world stage. They just happen to be sitting on a shit ton of oil, and because of that, they're rich. And that's true with a lot of Middle Eastern countries and things like that. They're not rich through some kind of virtue, right? They're rich because they just happen to win the lottery in that way. And when you're rich because you just happen to win the lottery that way, well, you're not going to know how to do anything legitimate. You're just going to be sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm rich as fuck because of oil. I just bought 100 iPhones. I used to have a buddy who worked at the airport, at Logan Airport. He used to talk about like Saudi princes would come in on their private jets, and he'd help them with their bags and shit like that, and they'd be handing them like hundreds, you know, because that's like $5 to them. Not even, that's less than $5 to them. And like they'd show up, they'd go around Boston or wherever they were going, they'd come back and they'd have like 100 iPhones. They'd have 100 of the latest iPhone. Like, nothing good is really going on inside that mind aside from like nothing good is going on inside the mind of someone like that, you know? He doesn't understand what money really is. He just knows he's got a shit ton of it, and he's just kind of like he's not the kind of guy you want designing a city, is what I'm trying to say. Juicy says, roommate wants to know if you think you look like Tanner from Hell or High Water. I told him he's ginger racist. I probably don't, but you guys probably think I will. Let's go ahead and check that out. Tanner, Hell or High Water. I'd look it up on here on my computer, but the thing is, fucking, yeah, I don't know. I don't see, I think I see the guy. Nah, I don't. Nope. No, sir. I do not look like that. Fucking, I'm ginger racist. Yo, Scott, you play games or nah? What do you mean? What do you mean games? Like video games? Yeah, fucking. I play Fallout New Vegas on Sundays at 5 p.m. I'm also playing Fallout 2 right now. I'm kind of tired, so I don't know if I'll play tonight. I was planning on playing after this, but you know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm actually almost done with Fallout 2. I think it's time to flip this thing. Oh, oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, nah, this thing is fucked. This thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this one, but I just gotta kind of let it go, you know. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Yeah, it's like if we made the Kardashians in charge of building a city, they get pet lions and shit. Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is like if I got as rich as those guys, I wouldn't buy 100 iPhones, right? And it's because I know the value of money. I know the value of a dollar. So like, even though I have more money than I even know what to do with, I would find other things to do than to just buy 100 iPhones just for the fuck of it, because I'm like, oh, whatever, you know. even if I was to buy 100 iPhones, I'd make sure that I was doing something good with those 100 iPhones. Like I'd turn it into, you remember years ago people used to buy like laptops and shit like that, and they used to just destroy. They used to destroy them. They'd fill a pool up with like Diet Coke, and they'd be like, "What happens when we dip the latest iPhone into this pool full of Diet Coke?" Like, I'd do that if I was gonna do it. I'd make it into something where it's like, okay, I'm not just buying these and they're gonna sit around, or I'm gonna give them to my friends and family. I'm gonna like, even that is better than nothing. But like, I feel like these dudes are just like, yeah, whatever, I'm buying them just to have them. Pineapple upside down cake is very good. I don't know if I've ever had one of those. Um, did anyone see the fucking series where they put 8 guys and 8 girls on an island? I'm not misogynistic at all, but the footage explains itself. Oh yes, I've seen that. I have seen that. It goes exactly the way you think it would. The women blow the guys out of the water is what happens. That's what it is. 100%. The girls all argued. Not only did the girls all argue, but they had a moment where because the girls were so like pathetically inept, they decided they would on the fly have one of the guys go over to the girl camp and one of the girls go over to the guy camp. And as soon as the guy got over to the girl camp, all the women were just like immediately. They literally ran over to him and surrounded him and started nagging. They were like, "Oh, good, you're here. We need this and we need that, and you need to do this and we want that and this and that and this and that." And it's like, holy shit, to be that dude. I think I would have walked out into the ocean and you would not have seen me emerge. I think that's what would have happened. I think I would have walked out in the ocean and I would have not come back out, and that would have just been that. It would have taken probably 20 to 30 seconds of that for me to just be like, "Nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it no more, dude. It ain't worth it no more." What's it called? Wasn't that a game show? The dudes had to save them, if I remember. I don't think so. I think it was a social experiment kind of show. I think it was German. Posson Reitzer says, I don't speak German, so I don't know what you said. I would assume you were like, come to Germany, or have you been to Germany? No, I've never been to Germany. Um, what's it called? Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see about this now. All right, yeah, it's starting to kind of get better, I think. Fucking look at this, dude. Holy shit. This is a really all I did was make pineapple French toast, which is not bad at all. Which is not bad at all. I'm liking how this is looking right now, right? I'm liking how it's looking right now, but that's all I did was make pineapple French toast. I didn't make a sandwich. Um yeah, it was a social experiment type of show that was designed to show that girls can totally hang. Girl power. Haha. Women rule who run the world? Girls, right? That's what that was. And like what always happens in those situations, the women got blown the fuck out the water because women are not survivalists on average. On average, women, when left in the middle of the woods, will not come out on top. They just won't, right? And I'm not even saying men are like, like, dude, you drop me in the middle of the woods, dude, fucking, I'm the king of the jungle, right? I'm not even saying that. I'm not exactly a survivalist myself, right? But, like, the chances of me being able to survive are going to be higher. It's going to be more likely that I do well than, say, my wife even, right? Like, baby. She just looked at me like, what? Fucking, like, genuine question. Who do you think would do better if we were just dropped in the middle of the woods, right? Do you think you would do better, or do you think I would do better? Like, we were dropped in the middle of the woods. Let's say we had 30 days. We had to survive on nothing but, like, what we could do in the woods. Maybe we had, like, an axe or something like that.
You.
Yeah, and why?
I don't know. Stronger?
Because I'm a big, strong man.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a big, strong man.
Jacked.
Mm-hmm. I say as I'm eating my fluff. No, but like, it's known. And of course, these women, before they went into the woods, they were all like, haha, yeah, girl power. We're going to show those boys. It's like, dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up. That's one of my favorite things is when you see women who like they're inept as fuck. It's not like they're respectable. They're like inept, you know? They're the types of people where like they like this is one of the things that I hate about training with women. And luckily I don't train with anyone that's like this right now. But like there's so many women that I have trained with over the years where they spar with you, right? You decide you're gonna be nice enough to spar with them and not be like, nah, I don't have much to gain from this, right? Because that's just the truth. Like I don't have much to gain from sparring with a woman who's half my size and weight, right? It's just the truth. Fucking, but you spar with them and they try to go as hard as they can on you. And then it's not even that you're trying to kill them. It's that like you're just keeping them out with your jab. You're just like, just flicking your jab out there. Either that or you're throwing teeps. And you're not there's no stank on them. You're not even going like hard. You're going like 20-30%. But they get angry at you and they act like you're trying to tool on them, you know? When really you're not tooling on them, you're just keeping them from tooling on you. If you wanted to, you could end them. You could end this person that you're sparring with immediately if you felt like it. But you're not doing that. You're just keeping them from trying their hardest to kill you. And they have this weird sense of entitlement. You know, it's all girl power up until fucking you don't let them beat the shit out of you. And then it's, well, I'm just a girl. But I'm a girl. He has a problem with girls. He's trying to tool on me because I'm a girl. It's not cool, man. That's fucked up, dude. And it's like, what? I thought girl power was a thing. I thought it was girl power. Whatever happened to that? You fucking idiot. You fucking clown. That is it's such a clown thing to do, to be like disrespecting people, because that's what it is. It's not even just that they're going hard. There's a disrespect that they have for people around them, right? And if you've ever trained with a woman like this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There is a disrespect that they have for the people around them. And then when they get showed like, hey, you're not all that. You ain't hot shit. You're still a fucking 125-pound, 5'3" girl. Like, knock that shit off. Like, when they get shown that, and not even because they're getting the shit kicked out of them, but because they're just being kept at bay by light jabs and teeps, they get really upset, you know? It's just disgusting, and I can't stand dealing with people like that, you know? Alright. Oh, dude. Fuck. Nope. I still got time. You gotta keep at it. Hung Dingus. It was pretty fun to watch. The women never made a shelter, but the guys had one within a few days and put aside their petty differences. Exactly, you know? Because fucking... And I was actually talking... This is something I was talking about with my wife a little bit earlier, right? Women tend to not have good manners a lot of the time, I've noticed, right? I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying a lot of the time. Like, you can expect more women to be rude than men, and the reason why is because women don't get blasted in the face all the time, right? Men, when it comes to men, violence is always on the table no matter what. Violence is literally always on the table, and you have to be ready to fight somebody. You're typically never going to have to fight people, but there's always that possibility if you end up disrespecting someone on that kind of level, right? Whether it's a situation where they're like, let's take this outside, or if it's just like no words are exchanged, it's just bang, right? Going at it. Men understand that violence is on the table, therefore we make sure to be a little bit more polite when it comes down to it. We make sure that we are careful about the things that we do and how we do them and the things that we say. Meanwhile, a lot of women, especially when they're dealing with men, you see a lot of women today, I'm not going to say all, like I said, but a lot of women today, they hate men and they don't even realize it. And it's because the hatred of men has become so ingrained in our society, in our world today, that, normal, and it's considered to be a virtue. It's not even just that it's normal or like it's just whatever. It's considered to be a good thing when women hate men, right? But like in addition to that, like one of the ways that this weird entitlement comes out is the lack of manners that a lot of women will exude, you know? And because of this, like this is one of the like I'm trying to kind of explain to you why the men were able to put aside their differences and the women were not. It's because women typically don't have to work towards those kinds of goals. In addition to that, they are told that they are the center of the universe, that they are the main character of life, and that they get to have what they want when they want it. And if they're not getting what they want when they want it, well, then it's somebody else's fault. Look for the nearest man, point to him, and blame him. It's his fault. That's what it is. That's typically how that plays out. And because of that, when you drop them in a situation where it's do or die, they just bicker and cry and they naturally revert back to that. I'm the center of everything, so like everything has to either be the way I want it, or I'm crying right now and everybody has to like stop what they're doing and pay attention and console me, right? That's typically what you're going to get in a situation like that. It's also why like women need to understand that like it's not their place to be speaking up in a lot of different situations, and I don't mean that in like a misogynistic way. I mean, this is something people have become more aware of over the years. I'm just trying to make sure here. This is something people have become aware of more over the years. Whenever you see a fight video where there's a woman involved, there's always mad comments underneath them now talking about like, oh, gee, like a woman causing chaos, screaming, yelling, trying to stop the fight, but making it worse, right? Women need to shut the fuck up in cases like that, right? But again, because they were told that they were the center of the universe, they have this weird Reddit sort of like, it's cool. I can say a couple of one-liners. I can say a couple of zingers. And then this guy is totally not going to beat the hell out of my husband. I'm going to grab my husband and my husband's going to be like, oh, you don't want me to fight this guy, baby? Okay, that's fine. I won't fight him. And then we're going to leave, right? That's what they think is going to play out. But what always ends up happening is they try to talk everybody down and they just end up screaming, no, 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 right? They just create more chaos and they create more stress in an already stressful environment and situation, which just makes everything so much worse. Either that or they actively hinder their husband, right? Or their boyfriend or their whatever, which ends up leading to him getting hurt, If my wife was about to fight some chick, I wouldn't be putting my hands on my wife. I'd be putting my hands on the chick. And I don't mean like I'm going to start beating the hell out of a chick. What I mean is if I'm going to hold anyone back, I'm going to be like, hey, get the fuck away from my wife, dude. Shut the fuck up and get away from my wife. That's what I'm going to do, right? Because I'm not going to be dumb enough to grab my wife by like both of her hands. Like I'm trying to hold her in place to make it easier for the other bitch to try and like hurt my wife, right? And that's what so many women do. They create distractions, thinking that they're going to help, but really the good guy, or at the very least their boyfriend or husband, ends up getting seriously injured because of them, That's something that like I've told my wife, like, yo, like stay out of my way if something like that happens. I'm not just going to be I'm not just gonna be in a situation when you're around where I'm sitting here like what I'm not gonna do that. I don't do that in the first place, right? But I'm especially not gonna do that when you're around. But if that does happen, get the fuck out, like leave, like go, so like get away. Don't be talking to me, don't be distracting me, don't be putting hands on me. I told her that. And I told her, like, yo, like, that, if I got hurt because you did some fucked up shit, that could change our relationship in a way that is not going to be, like, repairable. It could irreparably damage our relationship, right? I think we might be good. I'm hoping we're good. Yeah, no, we got to be good now. I mean, it doesn't look that bad in person, but on camera it looks terrible. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try it real quick. I don't think I'm gonna eat this one completely, but then again, you never know. Fuck it. It doesn't even want to cut. But yeah, like, if I was to get the ick from a woman, one of the ways that I would get the ick, which that's such a stupid Zoomer girl thing to say, but like it's an easy way to describe what I'm trying to tell you guys. If I was to get the ick from a woman, one of the ways that would happen is if I'm like, hey, let me handle this, and she decides she's going to try and get involved in it, because it shows two things. One, she doesn't respect me. Two, she doesn't think that I'm capable of handling things on my own. She thinks that she's the leader and that she has to have a hand in everything, and that she is the only one who can handle this situation, and I'm just going to make it worse, you know? And there's so many women out there that, like I said, they were taught to low-key hate men, and they don't even realize it, you know? That's what those women are doing. They hate men in general. They don't respect their husbands. And because of that, they're like, no, ah! You know, somebody said earlier, hysterical screaming. I forget who said it. Joshua Tomeo said hysterical screaming. Yes, like, that's what it is a hatred of men combined with, like, just absolute, like, schizo type, like, solipsism, somebody else said, right? And it's just disgusting, you know? It's something I'd love to talk about more, but I have to be very careful about it, because I don't want to sound like a misogynist or anything like that, right? But it's just a fact that, like, so many women today hate men, and they don't understand the hatred because it's so ingrained in our culture that they think it's normal, and sometimes they even think that it's love, you know? When it's disgusting and heinous and evil. But anyway, down the hatchet, down the hatchet, down the hatch. It's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, I made it wrong is the issue. It'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if I made it the right way, but I made it wrong. You know. Oh fuck. Oh. Pineapple's hot. Oh man. I'm saving this stream to watch with my wife. Hopefully, hearing from another handsome male figure will make her realize how right men have been all along. She probably won't. She probably won't. Tell you the truth. Not trying to shit talk your wife or anything like that. It's just, you know, if you were in a situation where everybody was on your side all the time, if you were in a situation where just because you were a woman, you were considered to be correct and good, just in and of itself, in and of yourself, I guess, right? Can we get a food cam? I don't know if you want a food cam, dude. I don't know if you want to see the food right now. It's not looking good. You know, it's you know, the entire world is telling her that she is perfect. She is the center of the universe. She is the main character of her life. You know, the whole world is telling her to be solipsistic. She ended up getting into a relationship with you thinking that the world is her oyster, that she owns the world, you know. You are probably not gonna get to change her, and I'm not just talking about you. Like I'm sure your wife is like a lovely person, but like I'm more talking in general, and I just you just happened to say something that made me think this way, right? You have to be very careful when it comes to who you end up getting into relationships and stuff like that with, because chances are, if she's willing to do something on day one, she is absolutely positively not going to change it, regardless of how long uh, you date for and how much you tell her, hey, I don't really like this. Could you stop that? Right? That's just kind of the case. That's just kind of how it is, right? Um, but yeah. Um, every policy every policy is aimed at nurturing and feeling instead of logic. Yes, that is not an accident, Lexi. That is not even an accident. That is not even a little bit of an accident. Excuse me. Um, what do you mean they think it's love? What I mean by that, right? Um, what I mean by that, is these women, they don't understand that the way that they are is heinous and disgusting and hateful. They don't understand that, right? In their mind, just them being around is like a good thing, right? It's like Valentine's Day. How many women have sat there and thought that like getting themselves some lingerie is a good Valentine's Day gift for you, right? So many women think sex is a Valentine's Day gift. It's insane, right? It's fucking crazy. Um, and the reason why they think that is because they think they are the prize. They think they are the gift. So just being around means that they're doing enough, right? Um, there's so many women out there, again, as well, that they think they're the leaders and things like that. So you'll be sitting there and, like I said, I use this example. You and some guy, you're beefing, I don't know, at the fucking grocery store, right? And I'm probably going to get out of here after this. I saw a couple more questions that I'm going to answer, but I'm probably going to get out of here after this. I'm starting to like really feel like my brain was melted in the beginning. It's especially melted right now. Um, I think it's the undercooked French toast that I ate. It's giving me worms. No, but jokes aside, you're beefing with some guy at the store, and your wife is with you, or your girlfriend is with you, and she's sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, my husband is about to get into a fight. I need to stop this. So she ends up stepping in the middle. She distracts you. She puts hands on you, which makes it so that you can't get your hands up in time to defend against the fucking blow that's coming in at you. Either that or you can't start throwing punches yourself because you're worried about your wife potentially getting hit by you or the other guy, and maybe she's got her hands like on your biceps, so if you try and pull back, like, you're not going to be able to move properly, right? Um, she thinks she's doing that out of love. She thinks that's love, when in reality it's a solipsistic fucking not even solipsistic, but it's a narcissistic belief that she knows the best way to do things. She knows the best way to go about things. I just said the same thing twice, excuse me. Like I said, my brain is mush right now. She knows the best way to go about things, and she gets to decide what you get to do in every moment. And whether she realizes it or not, there's a subconscious belief that she is carrying around that you are like a child who needs to be told what is okay and what is not okay, and you need to be allowed to do things. She needs to either tell you yes you can or no you can't, right? That's an example of a situation where a woman is being fucking insane and you need to ditch her ass, but she doesn't realize it. She thinks she's just doing the right thing. She thinks she's loving you, if that makes sense, right? I hope it makes sense. Like I said, it's been almost 3 hours. I wanted to end it after 2, and here I am. I'm happy to be here, guys. Believe me. But I'm like, oh You know, that's just kind of how I am right now. How often do you train? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't been training as much as I used to. A couple years ago, I transitioned more into a coaching role. Not really because I wanted. Excuse me. Not really because I wanted to, but because I had to. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it, and I'm not saying that I wasn't excited to coach more, but I have not been training the way that I used to. But I am in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. If you count karate, if you count karate, I'm in the gym 6 days a week, right? I'm just not getting the kind of training that I would like to get, but hopefully this year that is going to change at least a little bit. So there's that. Somebody else said something. What's going on, Sylvia? I don't know if you're still here or not. Scott, is your wife Brazilian? Yes, she is. All the cheese catching up with you. Yes. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, somebody asked me if I'm into survival stuff. I mean, I'm not really big into camping. I have camped before. Survivalism is interesting, but I wouldn't say that I'm like into it. You know, if you drop me in the middle of the woods, I would make a lot of mistakes. I would make a lot of mistakes if you dropped me in the middle of the woods, right? If I'm just being honest with you. Excuse me. Hung Dingus says, we are all super happy when you stream much longer than you intended. It's a really nice way to unwind at the end of the day, especially like now on a Friday. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy it, you know. Thank you guys so much, for real. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to head out now. Excuse me. Jeez. So there's that. Fallout Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Oh, I'll give some updates. Look, my update is basically going to be that I'm probably not going to be telling you guys too much about what's going on in the future. Not because there's any secrets or anything. I'll tell you what I'm up to, but I feel bad because I keep telling you guys, oh, dude, this fucking shit, dude, is going to be coming out next week, and then it doesn't come out next week. The skinhead video, for instance, right? Like months ago, I said, oh, dude, within the next month, the skinhead video is going to come out, and then it didn't, right? And I'm still working on it. I have so many projects that I'm working on simultaneously right now that it's really hard for me to focus on one. And I'm kind of getting a little bit done in each project. I'm putting a little bit in each basket every time I work on stuff, right? For one thing, I'm looking for more skinheads to interview. I'm looking for Rash, Red and Anarchist skinhead. I'm looking for Sharp, skinhead against racial prejudice. I'm looking for anybody that was associated with ARA, which is Anti-Racist Action. It was kind of a predecessor to modern day Antifa. Anything else, like even trad skinheads, like Trojan skinheads or something like that. I'd interview one of those guys. I also have another Satanist interview coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be interviewing an atheistic Satanist who is affiliated with the Satanic Temple, which are the guys that I have beefed with in the past. Not like in like some huge official way, but I've had words exchanged with some of their guys before. So I'm not going to ambush this person or anything like that, but I am going to be asking them some tough questions that they're probably not really going to like, and they're probably going to pull some fucking punk bullshit because that's what their people do, if I'm just being honest with you, I don't have high hopes that tomorrow is going to be like the most, what would you call it? The most, not professional, but, you know what I'm saying, right? Fucking the most cordial or peaceful or diplomatic. I don't have high hopes for tomorrow being the most diplomatic, right? I'm going to try my best, but I'm also not going to be pushed around by some fucking pussy. What else? I'm working on a video for the 20th Massachusetts Volunteer Regiment for the Civil War. I have started on that, and I'm waiting for some stuff to come in. This is going to be like a big, big project. I have to read a 500-page book about them. In addition to that, I'm looking for other resources and shit like that. So there's going to be one thing. But like that's some of the stuff that I have coming up. I think after the Satanist interview tomorrow, I'll probably start trying to work on a video about Satanism as a whole, because I'll have had, a few different Satanists that I've talked to. And if I can get one or two more, then I will. And the plan is to have all the interviews available in full on my Patreon, and then I'm going to pull bits and pieces of each of those interviews to talk about different angles when it comes to the broader topic of Satanism. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, right? I think it'll work out. And then the skinhead video will take kind of the same format, right? If I was to work on a video on the overarching topic of skinheads, the skinhead subculture, that's probably what I would end up doing with that. Same thing with anything else, like football hooliganism. Although I think football hooliganism is probably that'd probably just be a one and done type deal, Lexi DW, you were in ARA for a bit. Well, if you're interested in talking about it, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. You can find either of those in the you see it over here. You see it over here, right? I feel like there might have been more for me to say, but honestly, I can't even think about it. So yeah. There's that. Peace out, everybody. Oh, shit. Mansoor Big. Dude, I'm literally heading out right now, dude. I'm sorry, man. Hopefully I see you again soon. I feel like it's been a little while since I've, what's it called? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, The Moon says he's one of the big Order of Nine Angles guys. Hold on. The Moon. Who are you talking about? Hold on. Let me see one thing. Maybe it'll be in, okay. If you need a guy for Satanism, check out Cameron Wilder. Yeah, I actually have a video. I'll look that guy up just in case, but I did actually sorry. Okay. I did actually interview somebody who was not affiliated, but he came into contact with O9A. What he claims to be the only two legitimate collectives that were in existence, and they were both in England. I don't know how true that was, but so it was an interesting conversation, right? Anyway, peace out, guys. Thank you very much.